You don't have to be right, you just have to be real. We live in a world where being right feels like everything. In debates, on social media, in conversations with loved ones, it's like we're constantly fighting to win, not to understand. But let me tell you something. Being right isn't what makes you wise. Being real is real enough to say, I don't know everything. Real enough to admit, I was wrong. Real enough to look someone in the eye and say, help me understand your side. Because truth isn't always loud. Sometimes truth is quiet. It listens. It reflects. It grows. The strongest people I've ever met weren't the ones who shouted their opinions. They were the ones who carried silence with strength, who didn't need to prove they were right, because they were secure enough to learn. So no, you don't have to be right all the time. You just have to be open to listening, to changing, to becoming better than you were yesterday. That's not weakness, that's courage. So the next time your pride starts to speak before your heart, pause, breathe, and remember, you don't grow by always being right. You grow by being brave enough to be real. You don't have to be right, you just have to be real. We live in a time where being right has become a currency. People chase arguments like trophies. We scroll past truth just to repost what makes us look smart. But here's the thing no one talks about. Being right doesn't always mean you're wise. And winning an argument doesn't mean you've won anything that truly matters. Wisdom starts where ego ends. And growth begins the moment you realize you don't have to be right, you just have to be real. Real enough to say, maybe I don't see the full picture. Real enough to say, maybe I was wrong. Real enough to listen, not just to reply, but to understand. Because when you always need to be right, you stop learning. You build walls instead of bridges. You become louder, but not deeper. I've seen the toughest men soften when they learned to listen. I've seen powerful women grow even stronger when they chose grace over ego. And I've seen hearts connect, not through shouting, but through silence. The kind of silence that says, I care more about truth than pride. So let go of the pressure to always have the last word. Let go of the fear that being wrong makes you less. Because it doesn't. It makes you human. And being human is beautiful. Flawed, learning, growing, real. So the next time your voice starts rising just to be heard, let your soul speak instead. The kindest people I know don't always win the debate, but they always win respect, because they're not trying to be perfect. They're just trying to be real.